Recently, a large number of driverless cars have appeared on the streets of Wuhan, China, introduced by robotaxis. They have launched over 1,000 driverless ride-hailing cars for the first time. It is well known that machines have significant advantages over humans, as they do not tire and can operate continuously for 24 hours. If these driverless ride-hailing cars pass the trial run, Didi drivers will face a severe challenge. In the current economic climate, every industry is becoming increasingly competitive, making it harder to earn money. However, most ordinary people still need to live and eat. They are not afraid of hard work, choosing to work overtime or drive for Didi full-time. The launch of robotaxis is starting to take away their business. Baidu officially claims that these driverless taxis focus on safety and comfort, and most importantly, they can operate non-stop for 24 hours. Once such a platform becomes widespread, ordinary people will find it difficult to compete. The advent of artificial intelligence is beginning to compete with humans for jobs. Unmanned restaurants, unmanned supermarkets, unmanned taxis, and unmanned delivery services make people uneasy. The application of these technologies will lead to many people losing their jobs.
Didi Chuxing's initial goal was to become the largest ride-hailing platform in China. However, we drivers may eventually be replaced by driverless technology. When Didi sets its rules, it usually doesn't consider the driver's interests. Instead, it creates many policies that make drivers feel discriminated against, exploited, and oppressed. In reality, Didi's policies are very unfriendly to drivers, making it difficult for us to accept them. Many of Didi's regulations are extremely complex, almost impossible to follow. It seems like they want to control every step a driver takes, even down to how many steps we walk. This excessive control makes it feel like Didi wants to turn drivers into robots, making us follow their standards to the letter. Currently, Didi expects drivers to completely obey their instructions, from driving methods to operational procedures. This level of control is too much. After all, people are not machines. Drivers have emotions and autonomy and cannot be controlled like robots.
那你说出租车司机都这个网约车司机都失业了咋办呢？
Master, what will we do if taxi drivers and ride-hailing drivers all lose their jobs? We will most likely lose our jobs, don't worry. So, will there be a safety officer in every car in the future, like you? No, safety officers will be cancelled too. Want to know why? Let me ask you, if there are safety officers, wouldn't they need to be paid? How would that be any different from Didi or taxis? What's the point of spending so much time, energy, manpower, and money on developing autonomous driving then? Their ultimate goal is definitely unmanned and intelligent driving. The technology for unmanned driving can already be realized. Look at me now, I'm just an idle person, I don't even need to drive. I can even chat with you in the back seat, and technically, it's completely feasible. So, Master, I want to ask, will autonomous vehicles get traffic tickets from the police? Think about it, there are many drivers on the road, and many of them violate traffic rules. For example, if the speed limit is 30, almost no one drives below 30, and many people speed up to 50 or 60, right? But autonomous vehicles won't violate traffic rules if the speed limit is 40, it will never exceed 41. No matter the road conditions, it will follow the speed limit, slow down when there are cars ahead, and move at a normal speed when there's no traffic, neither too fast nor too slow.
咱武汉这头啊，宣传最多就是那无人驾驶，对你这有影响。
In Wuhan, self-driving cars have become a new option. Does this affect you drivers? It definitely affects us, especially in the future. Currently, self-driving cars mainly operate in remote areas, like the outskirts. If these cars enter the city, it will cause severe traffic congestion. This situation has a significant impact on us drivers. The development of self-driving technology is essentially a form of remote driving, enabled by 5G connectivity. It's like playing a racing game at home, with someone operating the cars from a control center. If there's a traffic jam, someone in the control center takes over. This technology relies heavily on 5G connectivity and the Internet of Things. In Wuhan, we taxi drivers often refer to luobwa kuaipao as scattered radish or burned radish, indicating our dislike for them. Remote operation isn't as flexible as our on-site driving. For instance, during a right turn or going straight, remote-operated vehicles might wait longer, while we can flexibly change lanes and overtake. Luobwa kuaipao initially offered free rides, which had a significant impact on us drivers. We generally avoid those areas, especially during peak hours in the late afternoon. If self-driving cars enter the city during these peak hours, it could cause traffic jams, leading to what's called burned radish. Currently, self-driving cars haven't covered all of Wuhan, only operating in specific areas. This significantly impacts traffic in some regions, particularly during busy times in the city center. However, in the future, they will likely cover the entire city, and we drivers might end up losing our jobs.
Despite being regarded as the future of transportation, self-driving technology still faces numerous challenges and drawbacks in its current application. At this stage, the performance of autonomous vehicles is far less flexible than that of human drivers. Additionally, as expected, the downsides of self-driving cars have started to become apparent. The ride-hailing market was already saturated, and now with the introduction of autonomous ride-hailing cars, a large number of ride-hailing and taxi drivers are losing their jobs. This influx also brings congestion and potential dangers to the city. In Wuhan, the luobwa kuaipao self-driving cars have sparked a significant number of complaints since their introduction. According to residents, these vehicles drive slowly, have unstable trajectories, and often stall during turns, preventing other vehicles from passing and causing severe traffic jams. These issues are particularly pronounced during peak hours, significantly increasing the commuting time and traffic pressure for residents. Moreover, some residents reported that the luobwa kuaipao autonomous ride-hailing cars sometimes do not move at green lights and even run into intersections during red lights, raising concerns and dissatisfaction regarding their safety. In response, the luobwa kuaipao autonomous driving team stated that they have investigated these malicious complaints and false incidents. After detailed investigations and evidence collection, they confirmed that the reported issues do not exist. A self-driving car, while aggressively changing lanes, scraped another vehicle that was driving normally. The driver of the damaged vehicle turned around and found that there was no one in the self-driving car. The at-fault self-driving car then restarted and quickly left the scene. Some netizens joked about how smart the car was, saying it immediately turned on its hazard lights, stopped to assess the situation, realized it had no license plate, and then drove off after turning off the hazard lights. Other netizens raised concerns, asking who would be held accountable if a self-driving car violates traffic rules. Without video evidence or witnesses, wouldn't the victim be left to suffer the consequences alone? Baidu responded to the incident by stating that the accident was very minor, involving only minor scratches and contact with the wheel, which was promptly addressed. They reached an agreement with the driver, denying any hit-and-run situation. It's important to understand that a traffic accident involving a self-driving car could indicate a significant program flaw. This time it was a car that got hit, next time it could be a person, leading to unimaginable consequences. The online car-hailing market was already saturated, and many drivers were feeling the intense competition and income pressures. They relied on this work to make a living. However, with the introduction of autonomous driving vehicles, these drivers are facing even greater challenges and uncertainties. The widespread adoption of autonomous driving technology not only threatens the jobs of existing drivers but also risks further undermining their livelihoods. Many of these drivers may find themselves in the predicament of having to reorient their careers or seek alternative sources of income.
不好跑啊，车子太多了。
This industry is really challenging. There are too many vehicles, and traffic jams are constant. As a novice like me, sometimes I can't even grasp the rules clearly. If it's this difficult to manage, why not consider switching to another field? Well, the truth is, the barrier to entry in this ride-hailing industry is low. Frankly speaking, it seems like only the lowest strata of society end up here, and without any other skills, this is all I can do. In the past, the fare rates were acceptable, but now they are completely inadequate. If you want to earn a bit more money, you need to be on the road for at least 12 to 16 hours a day. Sometimes it feels really exhausting, and many drivers can't endure it. Didi platform also records your online hours. If you exceed a certain threshold, they classify you as a full-time driver and may assign you more orders. If you haven't logged enough hours, they generally won't assign you any orders, which means you earn even less. Honestly, I feel that at a certain point, you really have to face reality right now. Working in the ride-hailing industry can only be described as getting by day to day. It's almost impossible to sustain this for the long term.
我今天对天发誓，在成都跑网约车，全职跑网约车，真的不挣钱了。
Today I swear to the heavens, driving ride-hailing in Chengdu truly doesn't make money anymore. Don't believe the online claims of earning tens of thousands monthly or driving 600 to 700 kilometers daily. I know many veterans in this field. They leave home at 7 a.m. and don't return until midnight, working over 10 hours daily, driving electric cars with charging costs around 40 yuan per day. Their total monthly income is about 12,000 yuan, but they barely make any profit. Why is this so? Do you know how much ride-hailing platforms deduct from drivers nowadays? After deducting platform commissions, drivers earn only 1 yuan per kilometer in some places, or even just 80 cents. Even with the costs of traffic jams and charging, driving 400 kilometers a day costs over 40 cents per kilometer. This could mean earning just over 100 yuan daily, excluding fines for traffic violations. Why do I keep advising everyone? Because there are too many people wanting to join this industry. It may seem crowded, but please choose wisely based on your own circumstances, as it's easy to enter but hard to exit. I speak nothing but the truth.
Currently among taxi drivers in China, there's a popular saying, in the future, relying on ride-hailing to make money will increasingly become a luxury. With autonomous ride-hailing vehicles already hitting the roads nationwide, it's expected that both taxi and ride-hailing markets will shrink. Therefore, as part of China's 40 million ride-hailing drivers, there's indeed a need to consider one crucial question: how can we transition? How can we survive without depending on ride-hailing? This is the power of technology. The issue is, what will these 40 million people do? One autonomous driving technology could potentially eliminate 40 million jobs. Operating costs for autonomous taxis are only half of those with human drivers. If this initiative is implemented nationwide, all 40 million taxi drivers across China could face unemployment. Income from 40 million households could end up in the hands of a few high-tech companies. The question is, what will these 40 million people do in the future? What are your thoughts on autonomous driving technology? Feel free to leave your comments below and discuss with us. That's all for this episode. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. We will continue to bring you authentic reporting. Thank you once again for watching. See you next time.